It's alive! It's alive! Welcome back to the AB Skull Project. I'm Gregor, and this is Alpha Bravo, and today we're going to look at the Frankentron. It looks pretty cool. I'll turn it around here. This, of course, based off the Siege Impactor mold, which I'm surprised how many times I've bought this mold. But, yeah, it looks good. He's got the reversed hands here, so he's so he can be the Frankenstein walk. Yeah. Overall, pretty neat. Let's take a look at that head sculpt. Very Frankenstein-y. Red eyes and everything. Pretty cool. You can't not have his hands up. I mean, I just can't, bring myself to put him down. Anyway, he comes with a Tesla coil and some lightning effects, which are pretty cool. And those can get the 5mm port underneath. You kind of got to play with the orientation on it to make it fit. Zap, and then I usually just leave it on the port on the back. If I get to stick it in this time. Yep. We'll turn it where you can see it. There we go. It's just coming out of the side. No problem. Alright. Now bring in the Siege Impactor so we can kind of see the differences. Now they changed the chest, the thighs they actually changed so that they were unique on each side. The arms are the same except they turn the hands, where Impactor does have it where you can turn around to the 5mm pegs. This one does not, so they did brand new hand mold. Of course they changed the head, but I think everything else looks to be the same. So, but not too bad. So hands, thighs, chest is what they changed. And head. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at the tank mode. Actually, well, before we go to tank mode, we're going to look at a couple things. One, we'll look at him beside the already released Universal Monster Dracula, so you can see how they look together. And I think they look pretty good. My Dracula's joints have loosened up over time, but you can see they look pretty good together. And then also, you can take a look at the box. And turn that light off so that you can see it. There we go, that's better. Then you see you got Frankenstein on the front. And then they also did the VHS pull out like they did with the Dracula. So that's pretty neat. So, some neat stuff. Really cool Universal tie-in. Now we'll go to tank mode. And finally we have Frankentron in his tank mode. Anyway, it looks pretty good. It's kind of a Tesla tank. So pretty neat. Like the color combinations they chose for him. We got the Decepticon symbol down here. So pretty neat. We'll take off the blast effect here so you can see what's really going on here. So pretty neat. Alright, we'll bring in the Impactor. And we see not a whole lot's changed. The weapons changed, of course, just because they changed these two into a Tesla coil. But overall, the tank mode really doesn't see a lot of the changes. Just the chest portion up here, but that's about it. It's all the same. So you get all the combat ports and everything, so you can make him even into a bigger monstrosity with all the Kingdom skeletonizers. So you could make him pretty gruesome. But otherwise, it still makes a serviceable tank. So, not too bad. Alright, let's go ahead and get our final thoughts. Having no real comparison to IDWG1, since this is just a universal crossover. And of course, it's the only Frankenstein Transformer, or Frankenstein's monster, technically. Of course, technically he is also Frankenstein, since he was a creation of Dr. Frankenstein. So the argument goes both ways. Anyway, this is our Frankenstein. It's pretty cool. I think it's worth picking up. He's a really fun figure. The blast effect is really neat. It's really cool. Start your Universal Monsters shelf, which I'm sure they'll get around to Mummy and Invisible Man and stuff later. So It all seconds here because it started with Dracula. Anyway, thanks for joining us today on the AB Scale Project. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, ring that bell, and I'll see y'all later.